concern is survival.
Need a book passage to America.
Survival is coming.
With a whirlwind 45-second trailer, 1923 promises one hell of a back half for Season 1. But as always, before we dive into what the mid-season trailer reveals, beware of spoilers ahead. Right off the bat, Jacob and Cara Dutton set the tone for episodes 5 through 8.
My concern is survival.
And survival is coming, as Spencer Dutton is set to venture back to America with his fiancée, Alexandra, along for the ride. And when they eventually reach the Yellowstone, we can expect the show's two timelines, Montana and Africa, to finally line up into a single forward narrative. Our biggest clue towards this is Cara's change in attire. It's clearly far colder in Montana now than it was in episodes 1 through 4. So a time jump for the Montana Duttons is coming in Season 1's second half. And when Spencer does return home, his Dutton kin will be worse for wear. Spencer's older brother John is dead, and Jacob is using a cane and seen struggling to do much more than stand after that episode 3 assassination attempt. But it is this brief shot at the 10-second mark of the mid-season trailer that has us curious if further death is coming for the Yellowstone. Here we see Jacob sitting outside, much as John Dutton does in Yellowstone, as Cara comes out of their homestead. And standing to the left are nurses and doctors who surely aren't there just to chat. They're either checking in on Jacob or another death has happened. Does this mean that Fever will ultimately claim Elizabeth after being shot in the torso in episode 3? If Elizabeth does die, it would explain why young Jack Dutton is so unhinged throughout the episodes to come.
Either we take this fight to them or it's coming to us.
I need a moment.
We ain't got a moment.
I need a moment to think.
After all, Jack handled the death of his father, John Sr., remarkably well in episode 4. So episodes 5 through 8 will either see him finally come to terms with this, or we'll watch as he spirals out of control after losing his fiancée, Elizabeth, too. Elizabeth isn't shown once in the trailer. Instead, we get this shot at the 23-second mark in which Cara comforts Jack as her great-nephew grieves. In short, things aren't looking too good for Elizabeth. And if she dies, well then we'd recommend watching our Dutton family tree breakdowns for how greatly this will impact the future of the Dutton family. Either way it goes, Jack is seen taking Benner Creighton and those livestock thieves head-on alongside Yellowstone cowboys. And they are hell-bent on getting their hundreds of stolen cattle back as winter takes hold. We're also set to watch as Tiana goes on the run after escaping her horrid North Dakota Christian boarding school / hellscape.
Where did she go?
Will Tiana finally be reunited with her family in Montana? Surely she will, as the original 1923 trailer revealed that her full name is, in fact, Tiana Rainwater.
You Tiana Rainwater?
Come with me.
And we just may see how a certain Thomas Rainwater's roots were founded in southern Montana as 1923's second half plays out. Outside of Tiana and Jack's suffering, the main through line for the mid-season trailer is Spencer's return home from Africa. And it's a return that looks to be every bit as perilous as his wartime and big game exploits. After seeking passage to America, it would seem Spencer winds up captaining their small vessel himself, as the trailer shows a violent throwing of the small ship with Spencer in the captain's quarters. A horrible Atlantic Ocean storm is the likely culprit, one that places Alexandra in immense peril as she fights against rising water inside the ship's cabin. And once the pair make it through this peril, they've got sharks to contend with. As Spencer readies his rifle to take out a completely different sort of wildlife than we've seen him handle so far, the trailer ends, and we're left pining for the second half of Season 1. What are you looking forward to seeing most in the second half of 1923's first season? And did we miss anything in the trailer that has you curious? Let us know in the comments below, and be sure to like this video, then subscribe to Outsider for weekly Yellowstone content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see y'all soon.